Track 7, Start Your Own. While self-directed learning centers are amazing places, they don't exist in most communities. While this is disappointing, don't worry. This whole chapter is dedicated to teaching you how to create your own learning center. I must confess, my main purpose in creating this app was to teach teens how they can create their own zero-tuition learning centers. All the information I've shared about self-directed learning, unschooling, and self-directed learning centers can be found in a variety of other sources. Those ideas have been tried and tested over the last few decades by unschoolers around the world. While these ideas are likely new to you, they are not really new. The ideas I will present in this chapter are newer and untested. While I ask you to keep an open mind, also be critical. My enthusiasm does not guarantee that an idea is a good one. That being said, I will provide compelling supporting evidence and instruction to increase your probability of success. This means success is not guaranteed. There is some risk involved. I don't say that to scare you. I say it to remind you that this is how the real world works. Nothing is certain. However, I also wouldn't have created this app if I didn't believe in this idea and believe in you. I want you to take the ideas presented here as a set of guidelines and adapt them to your specific situation. Your personal needs and those of your peers will all be unique, as will be the community that you live in. Take what you find valuable and try it out. If it doesn't work, make adjustments or throw it away. Don't feel obligated to follow everything presented exactly. Use your discretion. The act of decision-making is not necessarily easy, especially when you don't have a lot of practice. Now is the time to exercise that muscle. If I could summarize my vision in a single tweet, it would be this. Start your own zero-tuition, self-directed learning center for teens using your local library as the headquarters. Free staff, free building, free computers, free books, freedom. Start now, you'll figure it out. If this sounds intimidating, fear not. Your ability to succeed as a self-directed learner is not dependent on opening your own learning center. Remember that the largest number of youth doing self-directed learning are unschoolers, who don't attend a learning center at all. You could stop listening to this app right now and still thrive just using the information I've already shared. However, if you've made it this far into the app, I invite you to explore your curiosity of what is possible by continuing to listen. One challenge we run into whenever we want to create something new is that language can trigger ideas that are unintended. For example, when I say you should create your own learning center, certain limiting ideas likely pop into your head because of the associations you will have with these words. The word create implies you may have to build something physically. The term learning center carries with it a vision of trying to start one of the existing learning centers that we've discussed already. And even though I didn't use the word school at all, there is still this underlying association we cannot escape that we are basically starting a school. These associations all bring in some potentially negative images that make this feel either impossible or undesirable. For example, you may be envisioning high costs to construct or rent a new building, endless paperwork to keep track of all the students, or the overwhelming task of persuading everyone in your town to join. Let's try to make a conscious effort to remove all of these restrictions and biases that we can. Starting from scratch, we'll walk together as we assemble the necessary components of our learning center piece by piece. This will include overcoming all the challenges we discussed in the last chapter related to the people problem and the money problem, as well as challenges which are unique to you as a young person doing this on your own. To ensure the success of our learning center, we wanted to have a special characteristic that risk analyst and author Nassim Nicholas Taleb coined, which is called anti-fragile. When you think of things that are fragile, you imagine those which break very easily when they are disturbed. When you think of the opposite of fragile, you may think of words like resilient or robust, properties describing an object or system that doesn't change form when it is disturbed. We want the true opposite of fragile, something that gets stronger when it is disturbed. We want anti-fragile. As Taleb writes, some things benefit from shocks. They thrive and grow when exposed to volatility, randomness, disorder, and stressors, and love adventure, risk, and uncertainty. Yet, in spite of the ubiquity of this phenomenon, there is no word for the exact opposite of fragile. Let us call it anti-fragile. Anti-fragility is beyond resilience or robustness. The resilient resists shocks and stays the same. The anti-fragile gets better. This property is behind everything that has changed with time: evolution, culture, ideas, revolutions, political systems, technological innovation, cultural and economic systems, corporate survival, good recipes, the rise of cities, cultures, legal systems, equatorial forests, bacterial resistance, even our own existence as a species on this planet. Reference 179. For a concrete analogy of what it means to be anti-fragile, I'm reminded of an environmental project in Arizona called Biosphere 2. Biosphere is a 3.13-acre closed system, the largest closed system ever created. It was created as an experiment to learn what it would be like to create such a system on another planet like Mars. Within this space, there is a rainforest, ocean, wetlands, grasslands, desert. It's a remarkable representation of creating an Earth on another planet. Scientists discovered something strange happening with the biome. Though the trees were growing faster than normal, which could be explained by the near-perfect soil and climate inside the biome, the trees were falling over at an unexpectedly high rate. They couldn't figure out why the trees were so weak when they were giving them all the resources they needed, like soil, sunlight, and water. What they found was that the trees are anti-fragile. They require the impact of regular wind to help build their strength, and there was no wind in this closed-off biome system. When wind blows, it generates subtle bending and cracking, and a special kind of wood grows to heal the cracks, which is called reaction wood. The reaction wood is stronger and more pliable, but only grows in the presence of windy conditions. You can think of this like a human being working out to build muscle. The muscle only grows as you expose your body to challenging conditions, which cause micro tears in your muscles, and as they heal, you become stronger. Without any wind, the trees in Biosphere 2 lacked reaction wood, and were so weak that they would break under their own weight. Our learning center will be anti-fragile. It will not break, and when it is challenged, it will increase in strength through experience and learned wisdom. Better yet, since the Learning Center will be created by and run by teens, when it is challenged, you will also get stronger. Let's now explore how we can use anti-fragility to solve the people problem and the money problem that other self-directed learning centers deal with.